Think black, white, and beige are universal? Think again. Everyone has their best neutrals, and the right ones can make you glow, while the wrong ones can wash you out. In this video, I'll show you how to find your best neutrals with a simple formula so you know what to wear to look and feel your best. Plus, I'll walk you through a real-life example of how I helped my friend discover hers. Neutrals are the foundation of your wardrobe. They make up your basics, jackets, shoes, purses, and most likely a lot of your other clothing items. Finding your best neutrals isn't just about looking better, it also makes your wardrobe more cohesive so everything mixes and matches effortlessly.
Your neutrals should also work with your features and not against them. And this brings us to the concept of color analysis. Color analysis suggests that your best colors are those that harmonize with your features. So in order to find your best neutrals, our task is going to be to determine what color characteristics you possess so that we can select neutrals that match those same color characteristics. In order to find your color characteristics, we're going to look at three aspects of color: value, color temperature, and chroma. We're going to go through these concepts rather quickly, but if you're interested, I did a deeper dive into this topic in a previous video, and you're welcome to check that out. I mentioned I was going to walk you through a real-life example of how I helped my friend discover her best neutrals, so real quick, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Carrie. As we learn about the three aspects of color, we are going to use Carrie as our little case study. So the way I found Carrie's best colors, including her best neutrals, was using my DIY virtual color analysis template. This is a free Canva template that I'm sharing with you that walks you through my step-by-step process to determine your best colors. Essentially what I did was insert Carrie's picture into a series of virtual drapes that varied based on the color characteristics that we are going to look at. Once I identified her color characteristics, I used ChatGPT to find examples of her best colors, including her best neutrals. I'm going to walk you through part of that process as we learn about the different color characteristics of value, color temperature, and chroma. Okay, first up, we are going to learn about value. Value refers to where you lie on the scale from light to medium to deep. If we look at Carrie's features, you will notice that she has light skin and dark hair, which creates a pretty stark contrast and a resulting level of depth to her features. Therefore, we would consider Carrie deep in value. Let's take a look at some of the virtual drapes to confirm if this is the case. I'm going to talk about what I noticed. So what I notice here is that the light drape looks a little dull for Carrie and does not match the contrast and depth that you can see in her features. The medium looks better, but the deep is where Carrie's features really come alive. Her skin looks brighter and she looks more vibrant. I'm noticing the same thing in this next set of drapes, so this is confirmation that Carrie's value is deep and deeper colors will work best for her. Next, we are going to talk color temperature, and unlike most traditional seasonal color analysis, we're looking beyond just skin undertone here, so we want to look at the overall color temperature, taking into account hair, skin tone, and eyes. We have three different options here for color temperature: cool, neutral, and warm, and obviously this is a spectrum, so you might fall somewhere in between. Cool colors have more of a blue base, warm have more of a yellow base, and neutral is somewhere in the middle. Okay, let's go back to Carrie. What I notice about Carrie is that she has very dark, cool hair. I am not seeing any reddish tones in her hair that would reflect warmth. Additionally, it appears that her eyes are on the cooler side, a cool brown. Skin undertone can be one of the trickiest aspects to identify, so we are going to let the virtual drapes guide us more here, but at first glance, it appears as though Carrie has more of a cool, icy complexion. So I think Carrie is going to fall into the cool color temperature category, but let's look at the drapes to be sure. So here we have our comparisons for cool, neutral, and warm. As I mentioned, this can be one of the more challenging aspects to see, but I do think that the cool gray color looks best on Carrie. The warm brown looks a little bit disconnected from her. The neutral is okay, but Carrie's features harmonize best with the cool gray. And I'm going to show you one more comparison here, and this isn't necessarily neutral colors. We have different greens here, but I think this is potentially a clearer example of how the cool colors look more harmonious on Carrie. The warm green makes her skin a bit yellowish and not as healthy and vibrant as the cool green. As a side note, green is my favorite color to use when trying to determine color temperature, and this is because green sits in the middle of the color spectrum, balancing between cool and warm tones. So analyzing your features and how they react to slight shifts in green can really reveal whether you lean cool or warm. Our last key aspect of color is chroma. Chroma refers to the intensity level of your features. Are you more soft and muted, bright and clear, or somewhere in between with a more balanced look? Okay, let's take a look at Carrie again. So let's start by asking ourselves just an initial question. Do Carrie's features appear more soft and blended, or does she give off a brighter, clearer appearance? One thing of note that we already talked about is that Carrie has a high contrast between her hair and her skin. So this can be a good indicator of someone who is brighter in chroma. In my opinion, Carrie is definitely leaning toward the bright category. Now let's take a look at the drapes. So I'm noticing similar effects to what we saw in the drapes related to value before. So the softer drapes, similar to the lighter drapes that we looked at, give kind of a dulling appearance. The balanced are okay, but Carrie really shines in the bright drapes. And now it's time to put together all the information we've gathered. Based on our visual analysis of Carrie's features and our virtual draping, we determined that she is deep in value, cool in color temperature, and bright in chroma. And we want to combine all of these characteristics to find the best colors for Carrie. In order to do that, we are going to use ChatGPT, and I've made this super simple for you, so when you use my template, all you have to do is copy and paste this statement into ChatGPT. So for Carrie, it's going to read, can you provide 5 hex codes for my best neutral colors? They need to be deep in value, cool in color temperature, and bright in chroma. Please include some of the following hues to match the characteristics described, if relevant: gray, taupe, khaki, tan, beige, brown, navy, white, cream, black. Let's take a look at Carrie's results. So here are some of Carrie's best neutrals. And here are some neutrals that don't work so well for Carrie. These are either too light, too warm, or both. Okay, so some of you might be thinking that it seems like there's not a lot of variety in her neutral colors, and this is kind of true. Carrie's recommendations are all going to be deep, cool, and on the brighter side to align with her features. So colors like dark gray, deep chocolate brown, navy, and black are going to be the best for her. You'll also see that although Carrie is deep, her best light neutral is going to be a cool, bright white to align with her color temperature and chroma. Now, if we were to look at the recommendations for another friend, Casey, you'll notice that her best neutrals are very different because she is medium in value, warm in color temperature, and soft in chroma. You'll see here that the black that looked great on Carrie is too overpowering on Casey. She needs lighter, warmer, and softer colors to highlight her features. So again, if you're trying to find your best neutrals based off of the theory of color analysis, your best neutrals are going to align with your color characteristics. One thing to remember is that these colors are just her neutrals, so she has a whole bunch of other colors that she can add in based on the overall results of her color analysis. Additionally, I always like to include this disclaimer. This does not mean that you should never wear the quote-unquote wrong colors. You can wear whatever you want. Color analysis is simply going to tell you which colors harmonize best based on your features, but it is just one tool that you can use to inform your style decisions. Let's quickly summarize the process so that you can feel confident in identifying your own best neutrals. So, step 1, you're going to determine your value on a scale of light to medium to dark or deep. Step 2, you're going to find your overall color temperature between cool, neutral, and warm. And step 3, you're going to determine your chroma between soft, balanced, and bright. You're going to put it all together and enter your results into ChatGPT so that it can give you your best colors. And don't forget that you have my DIY virtual color analysis tool that will walk you through this process step by step. I hope this video was super helpful and clear. I'm really trying my best to provide you with valuable information that you can apply to your own style. So I'd love some feedback on whether you found this useful and any recommendations for additional information to include that would make these concepts a little bit more clear. I'd also love to hear what neutrals you think will work best for you based on your own color characteristics. So next steps, I'd like to do a few more videos on color analysis, potentially on color analysis as it relates to makeup and jewelry, but let me know what you'd like to learn more about. For example, if more celebrity or real life examples kind of walking you through the process of a virtual color analysis might be helpful, or potentially even an in-person color analysis. Basically anything else on the topic of color analysis, comment below with what you'd like to learn about. And then in the near future, we will be covering body types and how your body type influences the silhouettes and fabrics that might work best for you, as well as essences. Thank you so much for making it through to the end of this video and for following along. Make sure to subscribe for more color analysis and personal style. See you next time.